Good morning, students. In geography, today we are going to see about Unit 1 Resources. This lesson focuses on the meaning, classification of resources, and conservation of resources for sustainable living. It also provides an insight to the various economic activities, and in particular, it deals with the interrelation between the nature and the human activities. Students, ever thought what would happen if there was no water, soil, land, and air around us? Is survival possible in such a place? No, absolutely not. We do not exist on any other planet because there is no trace of water, oxygen, or any life supporting aspect. The only planet that supports life is the planet Earth. Life on Earth is mainly because of the resources it provides to living organisms such as water, air, sunlight, land, food, etc. So, students, these resources only form the basis for the existence of life on Earth. Now, let's see about what is meant by resources. Resource is anything that fulfills human needs. The value can be either commercial or non-commercial. Commercial energy is nothing but it is available to the users at some price. Commercial resources have great economic value. Economic value means it is a measure of the benefit from a product to an agent. For example, petroleum. Petroleum has become the world's most important source of energy. It is mainly supplying energy to power industry, heat, and it is provide fuel for vehicles all over the world. Non-commercial resources are very abundant in availability. Very abundant means existing in very large quantities. Non-commercial resources is nothing but it is available free of cost to the users. Air. Air is available resources in the world. And some other examples are firewood, agricultural waste, cow dung. Resources can be classified into natural resources and man-made resources. What is meant by natural resources? It is provided by nature. Man-made resources means it is made by human beings. For example, air, water, petroleum. These are all provided by nature. So, air, water, petroleum are natural resources. Machines, vehicles, roads, these are all made by human beings. So, these are all called as man-made resources. Now, let's see about what is meant by natural resources. Natural resources. All resources that have been directly provided by nature are called natural resources. What is meant by natural resources? All resources that have been directly provided by nature are called natural resources. Air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetations, and wildlife around us are all natural resources. Now let's see about the classification of natural resources. Natural resources can be classified into different groups depending on the basis of origin, on the basis of development, on the basis of exhaustibility, on the basis of distribution, on the basis of ownership. On the basis of origin, resources can be classified into two types. One is biotic resources and the other one is abiotic resources. Now let's see about what is meant by biotic resources. All living resources are biotic resources. Plants, animals and other microorganisms are biotic resources. And the next one is abiotic resources. Abiotic resources are non-living things. Land, water, air, and minerals are abiotic resources. The biotic resources were mere substances till they were recognized by humans. According to the human needs, the substances were collected by the ancient men and preserved for use. In the beginning, man had only three basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. He collected things through primary activities such as hunting, food gathering, fishing, and forestry. The abiotic resources were sought after by the early men. They went in search of better landforms where they had enough water resources for agriculture and cattle. They were in need of tools right from hunting to agriculture. At the starting stage, the tools were only made by stones. Later, man dug the earth for better abiotic resources and found copper first and iron later. He also mined precious metals simultaneously for making ornaments. And next, let's see about on the basis of development. Based on the level of development, resources can be classified into two types. One is actual resources and the other one is potential resources. Now let's see about actual resources. Actual resources are resources that are being used and the quantity available is known. It is nothing but it is also a type of natural resources. It is used in present time. For example, coal is actively being obtained from the Neyveli. Now let's see about potential resources. Potential resources are resources that are not being used in the present and its quantity and location are not known. Students, actual resources quantity is known and are being used at present, but for potential resources quantities may not be known and they are not being used at present. For example, marine yeast found in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Do you know, children, marine yeast have greater potential than the terrestrial yeast. Marine yeast is nothing but it is a yeast that one isolated from marine environments are able to grow better on a medium prepared using seawater rather than fresh water. Terrestrial yeast is growing on land. They can be used in baking, brewing, wine, bioethanol, and etc. On the basis of exhaustibility, resources can be classified as two types. One is renewable resources and the other one is non-renewable resources. Now let's see about renewable resources. Resources once consumed can be renewed with the passage of time are called renewable resources. A renewable resources is nothing but it can be used repeatedly and does not run out because it is naturally replaced. A renewable resource essential has an endless supply such as solar energy, wind energy, air, water and sunlight. Non-renewable resources. Natural resources which are limited can be called non-renewable resources. They can be exhausted after use. Non-renewable resources are limited in supply and it cannot be used repeatedly. Examples for non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum and natural gas. Why coal, petroleum are considered as a non-renewable resources? Because they cannot be formed quickly. They take a lot of time to form. They take even millions and billions of years to be formed. So, coal cannot be replaced within a given time. Therefore, it is considered to be non-renewable resources. On the basis of distribution, resources can be classified into two types. One is localized resources and the other one is universal resources. Localized resources. When resources are present in specific regions, they are called localized resources. It can be defined as a resource which are found in a local place or specific area. For example, copper, iron. These resources which are found only in a certain places. Universal resources. Some resources are present everywhere. Such resources are called universal resources. For example, air, sunlight, water are considered as a universal resources. These resources are present everywhere. On the basis of ownership, resources can be classified into individual resources, community owned resources, national resources, international resources. Let's see about individual resources. Individual resources are resources which can be utilized by all the members of the community. It can't be accessed by someone else. These are also referred as private resource. Apartments, house, car, book, etc. are some examples for individual resources. The next one is community owned resources. Community owned resources are resources which can be utilized by all the members of the community. Community owned resource is nothing but everyone in the community can get benefit out of the resource. It is a type of public resource in which everyone can use it and be benefited out of it. It is very useful to every one of them. Example of such resources: public parks, public toilets, ponds, wells, etc. And the third one is national resources. National resources are resources within the political boundaries and oceanic area of a country. Students, as you already know that all the resources which are under the control of the state or union government. The resource within the political boundaries are called national resources because the government even has the power to acquire private property for public good. For example, tropical forest regions of India. Do you know, children? Tropical rainforests are called the world largest pharmacy as 25% of the natural vegetations are medicinal plants like cinchona. And the last one is international resources. International resources are all oceanic resources found in the open ocean. Students, international resource means the resource which belongs to the countries of the world. International resources are regulated by some international institutions. For example, every country is given some rights over the oceans to a specific range. Ambergris is an example for international resources. Ambergris is an extract from the sperm whale. A pound 0.454 kg of sweet smelling ambergris is worth and used in perfume industries. Man-made resources. Natural resources are modified or processed by technology into man-made resources. Students, when humans use wood, metal, sand, cement and solar energy to make houses, cars, bridges, roads and so on are known to be human-made resources. Most of the human-made resources are renewable. Human resources. Human resources are groups of individuals who use nature to create more resources. It is similar to the man-made resources. Human-made resources, also often referred to as capital, includes all the man-made things that help grow an economy. Money, factories, roads, etc. Sometimes natural substances become resource only when their origin form has been changed. Example, buildings, bridges. Students, in human resources, people can make the best use of nature to create more resources when they have the knowledge, skill and technology to do so. That is why human beings are a special resource. People are human resources. Education and health help in making people a valuable resources. The quantity and quality of institutions and organization involved in making the professionals decide the human resource of a country. Let's see about Gandhian thought on resources. Gandhiji views were clear on the conservation of resources. His message was against mass production. Instead, he always supported production of masses. He also highlighted modern technology as the root cause of decrease in resources. There is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Mahatma Gandhi blamed human beings for depletion of resources. Mahatma Gandhi said that Mother Nature has provided resources that are sufficient for everyone, but people of the greedy nature are trying to keep a lot more than what is required for themselves, creating socio-economic disparities. Overexploitation of resources. Overexploitation is also called overharvesting, can lead to resource destruction including extinction. Unlimited needs of human beings. So, conservation is very important. People are never totally satisfied with the quantity and variety of foods and services. Now, let's see about resource planning. Resource planning is the process of allocating tasks to human and non human resources. So, now you all clear know why resource planning was implemented? Resource planning is a technique or skill of proper utilization of resources. Resources are limited. Their planning is quite necessary so that we can use them properly at the same time we can save them for our future generation. As Mahatma Gandhi said that modern technology is a root cause of the decrease in resources. So we have to save the resources for our future generation too. Resources are not only limited but also they are unevenly distributed over the world. It is essential for the production of resource to protect them from over exploitation. As you already know that what is meant by over exploitation? Over exploitation is also called over harvesting. It can lead to resource destruction including extinction. At last, let's see about conservation of resources. Careful use of resources is called conservation of resources. Resources are being used at very fast rate due to rapid increase in population. If the present needs of resources are met and the conserving of resources for the future are balanced, we call it sustainable development. Sustainable development can take place when the reasons of depletion are identified, wastage and excess consumption is prevented, reusable resources are recycled, pollution is prevented, environment is protected, natural vegetation and wildlife are preserved, alternative resources are used. The reasons of depletion are identified means the reduction in the number or quantity are identified. And then we have to understand how to prevent wastage. Reduce the use of resources, prevent water shortage by wasting water, help control air and water pollution, replant trees, educate the society about the need to protect natural resources. And at last, enforce laws to protect our resources. The easiest way to conserve resources is to follow 3R: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce means that we use less of natural resources by cutting on those practices which led to their wastage. Recycle means that we should collect the used and discarded items of paper, plastic, glass, and metals and then send them to the respective industries for making fresh paper, plastic, glass, or metal objects. Then, reuse means if possible, we should use the same things again. Let's recap the content what we learnt in this session. Anything that fulfills human needs can be called a resource. Resources provided directly by nature are called natural resources. All living things are biotic resources. All non-living things are abiotic resources. Collection of resources directly from nature is called primary activities. Actual resources are being used at present. Potential resources are not utilized at present. After consumption, resources can be renewed with a period of time is called renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are resources that have limited stock. Resources that found everywhere are universal resources. Resources found in specific regions are called localized resources. Natural resources, when processed to meet man's needs, are called man made resources. People are also referred to as resources. Tertiary activities are those which render services to production and distribution of goods. Careful use of resources is conservation of resources. When the present population's needs are fulfilled, the future generations' needs will be met without damaging the environment. Sustainable development takes place. Let's see today's activity. Collect pictures based on fishing, hunting, mining, agriculture, forestry.